Amanda Zaworski would disagree with you on It's a Beautiful Thing. A young bride in Texas waiting for their child at 18 weeks. She has a complication, a tear in the membrane. She needs to go in.
They're on abortion. Ladies, how do you feel about abortion rights? Do you want to protect your body? This is my body. I have a right to decide.
She went home, got sepsis, nearly died.
I have chicken in my
We made sure that we put women in charge of their health care. But look, this is not what, if you don't know Amanda or a Hadley, you soon will. Their Project 2025 is going to have a registry of pregnancies. It's going to make it more difficult, if not impossible, to get contraception and limit access, if not eliminate access to infertility treatments. For so many of you out there listening, me included, infertility treatments are why I have a child. That's nobody else's business.
Infertility?
But those things are being proposed.
My neck was turned around.
The catch-all on this is, well, the states will decide. What's right for Texas might not be right for Washington. That's not how this works. This is basic human rights.
Two men going at it.
Maternal mortality.
They want to be the vice president.
Outpacing many other countries in the world. This is about healthcare. In Minnesota, we are ranked first in healthcare for a reason. We trust women.
Minnesota is ranked first in healthcare. Who knew?
No, certainly we
A
won't.
federal pregnancy monitoring agency. They don't want women to have abortions. I've never had an abortion.
I've ever said on this topic. And
I've never had an abortion.
I grew up in a working class family in a neighborhood.
Lots of women have had abortions. Some women, they're okay with it.
Because they feel like they didn't have any other options.
I'm not against it. I personally would not have one. So I don't want them to take that right away from women. I've never had an abortion. It's your body. You get pregnant and decide you don't want it. You don't want to give it up for adoption. I guess you abort it.
To protect innocent life in this country, who proudly wants to protect the vulnerable, is that my party, we've got to do so much better of a job at earning the American people's trust.
Hello, AB.
Where they frankly just don't trust us. And I think that's one of the things that Donald Trump.
Please hit the like button, double tap the screen. I'm watching the debate. I just thought I'd pop on for a quick minute.
I want us to support fertility treatments. I want us to make it easier for moms to afford to have babies. I want it to make it easier for young families.
Looking sexy, you
to
think
afford
so?
So they can afford a place to raise that family. And
Thank you.
There's so much that we can do on the public policy front just to give women more options. Now, of course,
That young man, he may look the best up there. He wants to take women's rights away from us.
we have a big
People,
country, and it's diverse.
women.
California has a different viewpoint on this than Georgia.
Look,
Georgia has
abortion
a
rights have been around. Look,
Arizona, and the
they have
proper way
stripped
to
a
handle
lot of
this,
states'
as messy as
abortion rights.
democracy
They have
sometimes
ran
is,
people out of town.
is to let
I know you're probably saying, why don't get pregnant?
let
Hey,
the individual states make
some
their
people get
abortion
pregnant and
policy.
they
And I think that's
don't
what
really
makes
mean
the
to,
most
and
sense.
they don't want to have it. They might want to have an abortion.
Let's be honest, sometimes a very, very messy.
I'm not against it. I just personally have never done it, and I don't think I could ever. I wouldn't do it. But I'm not against it. It's your life. It's your body. And then sometimes maybe you might want to, because what if the child comes back to haunt you?
There's a young woman named Amber Thurman. She happened to be in Georgia, a restricted state. Because of that, she had to travel a long distance to North Carolina to try and get her care. Amber Thurman died in that journey back and forth. The fact of the matter is, how can we as a nation say that your life and your rights, as basic as the right to control your own body, is determined on geography? There's a very real chance that Amber Thurman lived in Minnesota, she would be alive today. That's why the restoration of Roe versus Wade. When you listen
I got chicken in the air fryer. Hey, Kizzy. Everybody, yes, everybody's watching the debate. I know. I just thought I'd come on live. I know y'all probably can't hear, so y'all watch it at home and just look over here at me every now and again.
Let me ask you about that. He mentioned, it was, I think, referring to a national ban. In the past, you have supported a federal ban on abortion after 15 weeks.
What is live?
Someone can't support legislation.
AB, what's AB?
You are making the United States the most barbaric pro-abortion regime anywhere in the entire world.
I'm live. Yeah, I'm live.
Why have you changed your position?
Well, Laura, first of all, I never supported a national ban.
What's
I
AB?
did during when I was running for Senate in 2022 talk about setting some minimum national standard. For example, we have a partial birth abortion ban in place.
What's
in this country
AB?
At the federal level. I don't think anybody's trying to get rid of that, or at least I hope not. But I know the Democrats have taken a very radical pro-abortion stance. But Nora, one of the things that changed is in the state of Ohio, we had a referendum.
My goal in life, I've already met my goals. I've gone to college. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a master's degree. I've retired. And I'm just working just to have petty cash. I have no more goals. I'm good.
So many young women would love to have families. So many young women also see an unplanned pregnancy.
That person that was commenting. I don't know what you're talking about, Kizzy.
And we have got to earn people's trust back.
Oh, AB.
That's why Donald Trump and I are committed to pursuing.
AB is live. Oh, you speaking? Duh. I'm so crazy, girl. Kizzy, you know I'm old.
And that's what real leadership is.
Governor, your response.
I'm going to respond on the pro-abortion piece of that. No,
Pro-abortion.
we're pro-women.
Pro-women.
To make your own choice.
I want to make my own choice. I don't need some old man telling me what to do with my body.
Women not getting the care. Physicians feeling like...
Back in the old days, women, if they wanted to have an abortion, they would go get a hanger or swallow some stuff or whatever. I'm just saying. I don't want people going out running out to have abortions, but I want... I just think it should be an option.
We also make it, we're a top 3 state.
Okay, do you believe in the...
But these two things to try and say that we're pro-children, but we don't like this, or
in the third parallel.
That's not the case at all.
No, I believe in the 5th parallel.
To make their choices, and we're going, and Kamala Harris is making the case to make options for children more affordable, a $6,000 child tax credit, but we're not going to base that on the backs of making someone like
A $6,000 tax credit? I might have me another baby.
First of all, Governor, I agree with you. Amber Thurman should still be alive. There are a lot of people who should still be alive. I certainly wish that she was. And maybe you're free to
If I
disagree with
can't
me.
handle it, I can put it up for... Let me stop.
Read the Minnesota law that you signed into law, the statute that you signed into law.
Yes,
It says
there
that
is a
doctor
dark presence
who
behind
presides
you.
over an abortion
And
will
there's a white presence behind you.
to provide life-saving care to a baby who survives a botched late-term abortion. That is, I think...
Now, you don't want to have no late-term abortions. Don't be waiting till a baby is 6, 7, 8. Come on now. That to me, no, you don't need to do that.
Abortions against their will, because Kamala Harris has supported suing Catholic nuns to violate their freedom of conscience. We can be a big and diverse country where we respect.
You are making the spirit
and make
upset.
the country more pro-baby and pro-family.
Why? Because of abortion? Listen, I've never had an abortion. I would never have one. But if somebody, that's their life. I don't tell people what to do.
Physicians who know best when they need to do this, trying to distort the way a law is written to try and make a point.
Now, if you want to lay up and get pregnant and then just go and let the baby just...
Look, I've given how. I've given this advice on a lot.
It's totally
of
up to you.
That's been misread and it was fact-checked at the last debate. But the point on this
I've
is
never
the
done it.
continuation of these guys.
So my hands are clean.
No women are to get involved.
I'm clean.
I use this line on this. Just mind your own business on this. Things work best when Roe versus Wade was in place.
You are making... You look like a
That works best. That doesn't
circular
preclude us
Kamala Harris.
from increasing-
I'm dark-skinned, boo. I'm
It
chocolate.
doesn't increase us from making sure that once that child's born, like in Minnesota, they
His
get
name
early
is Richard, and he dies in 1918 by fire.
So that
I rebuke you.
all these other things when you're not proposing them in
In
your budget.
fact-
Kamala Harris is proposing them. She's proposing all those things to make life easier for families.
I asked a specific question, Governor. You gave me a slogan as a response.
It's not the case. It's not true.
I never put people in timeout. I just put you in timeout.
Gentlemen, there's a lot to discuss. We have to move on, and we're going to be right back with much more of the CBS News vice presidential debate in just a
I put you in timeout. I didn't hide it. I didn't want him hidden. He can come back. I just put him in timeout. I don't like these kind of debates. Nobody's there. These types of debates are for people that are scared. There's no audience. Back in the good old days, you had an audience full of people cheering and clapping. There's a commercial on. So how are you guys doing? Everyone's watching the debate. People are probably live. There's a lot of live debate parties. So Thank you for stopping by my little debate party, because I know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with your girl, Philly Phil.
Key cards earn 3% and 1 key cash for travel on groceries, dining, and gas.
Clover mix. Let me go check on my wings I got in my air fryer.
Hotels.com and Virgo. Terms apply.
I'm out here telling people how they can save money with Experian. You look like someone who has a lot of subscriptions.
I have a lot.
Too many, I'd say. You can see your subscriptions all in one place and cancel the ones you don't like. Dude, that's so easy.
I actually need that. Get started now with the Experian app. Some people are on top of the chicken, slow roasted in a burrito with crisp, fresh purple cabbage. Some people don't. And some people are wrong. The Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Okay, it's still a commercial for the next 30 some odd seconds. She got them wings for real. Clover mix. We all got wings, boo. You probably got wings too. Let me see what you look like, Clover. Show yourself. Don't be afraid. Get from behind the avatar. Live a little. Live a little. Quit hiding yourself. These people in these damn avatars get on my nerves. Talk more shit than a little bit. Tim Walsh is on fire. They say, if we raise $1 million during the debate, okay, we got 1 minute and 41 seconds before they come back. I'm just going to put it on mute. I don't know if y'all can hear my air fryer going with the wings are cooking. So what have you got? What do you think about the debate so far? I actually missed. I haven't been too long at home. I missed, and I worked till after 6. I've been working late this week. I'm working late all week. I'm probably work there till about 6:30 tomorrow. What they say? You remind me of my mama. You need an air fryer. I got an air fryer. It's in my air fryer right now. I have a pressure cooker. Kizzy bought me a beautiful. You need to go watch some of my videos. I got a fancy air fryer. I can do a rotisserie chicken in my air fryer.
Cause of death for children and teens.
Okay, it's back on.
Is by firearms. Senator Vance, you oppose most gun legislation that Democrats.
They're talking about guns.
You oppose
My son is in the Army.
and legislation to ban certain.
You have a right to bear arms. Just don't go running around harming innocent people. But if somebody come up in here, pow pow, you're not welcome if I don't invite you and I don't know who you are.
And sentenced to 10 years.
It is what it is. Stand your ground.
Do you think holding parents responsible could curb mass shootings? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, Nora, on that particular case,
Should parents be held responsible for these young crazy folks running around with guns, going to schools and stuff?
The answer is going to be yes. In some cases, the answer is going to be no. And the
There,
details really
it's the
matter.
Republican
For
person
example,
talking
if a
right
kid
now.
steals a gun, that's going to be different than if a parent hands
Hello,
over a gun
Andrew.
knowing that their kid is potentially dangerous. But look, I want to just sort of speak.
Is your mama a beautiful, sweet, caring woman? That's me.
Is now in 2nd grade. And like
Who would never
parents
harm or
send their
flee.
kids to school with such hope and
Unless
such
you
joy and
push
such
me.
pride at their little faces on the first day of school. And we know, unfortunately, that a lot of kids are going to experience this terrible epidemic of gun violence. And of course, our hearts go out to the families that are affected by this terrible stuff, and we do have to do better. And I
Gun
think
violence
people on
is
one side should
horrific.
probably agree that we need to do better on this. The question is just how do we actually do it? Now, here's something that
So
really
how do you
worries me about
stop
this
gun
area of
violence?
The gross
Still feel your hair is
majority,
cute.
close to
Thank you,
90% of
Kizzy.
the statistics I've seen of the gun violence in this country is committed with.
Do you think it's growing, Kizzy? Does it look like it's filling out a little bit?
Thanks to Kamala Harris's open border, we've seen a massive influx in the number of illegal guns run by the Mexican drug cartel. So that number, the amount of illegal guns in our country is higher today than it was 3.5 years ago. But what do we do about the schools? What do we do to protect our kids? And I think the answer
You
is
need to ban certain guns. I agree with that.
I don't want my kids to go to school and
My daughter homeschools her children, honey, and I don't blame her. At first I was against it. I'm all for it now. They so smart.
We have to make the doors lock better. We have to
But
make the doors stronger.
my son's daughter, Jay, she goes to public school. She's even smarter. So you just, it's really a parent's choice. But homeschooling is not a bad thing. I couldn't do it. I'm shipping them little suckers off to school.
Well, I think all the parents watching tonight, this is your biggest nightmare. Look, I got a 17-year-old,
I think
and he witnessed
her clipping your ends make it fuller. Yes. Vote. Thank you, Kizzy. Vote for Trump. You think?
my office, surrounded by dozens of the same
Kamala. 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 Kamala.
on the wall. Their 7-year-olds were dead. And they were
I'm fired up and I'm ready to go, in the words of Obama. See, say pretty.
Vice President is. We understand that the Second Amendment is there, but our first responsibility is to our kids to figure this out. In Minnesota, we enacted enhanced red flag laws, enhanced background check.
Enhanced. I think there should be a background check for any and everybody that wants to own a gun. What do you have to hide? You could be a nutcase. Okay, let me go check on my chicken.
That we should just live with it, and here's what I do think, that this is a good start to the conversation. I 100% believe that Senator Vance hates it when these kids, it's abhorrent and it breaks your heart. I agree with that. But that's not far enough. We know there are things that work. I've spent time in Finland and seen some Finnish schools. They don't have this happen, even though they have a high gun ownership rate in the country. There are reasonable things that we can do to make a difference. It's not infringing on your Second Amendment. And the idea to have some of these weapons out there, it just doesn't make any sense. Kamala Harris, as an attorney general, worked on this issue. She knows that it's there. No one's trying to scaremonger and say we're taking your guns, but I ask all of you out there, do you want your schools hardened to look like a fort? Is that what we have to go? When we know there's countries around the world that their children aren't practicing these types of drills. They're being kids. We owe it to them to get a fix. These are things that shouldn't be that difficult. You can still keep your firearms, and we can make a difference. We have to. If you're listening tonight, this breaks your heart.
Senator.
Tim, first of all, I didn't know that your 17-year-old witnessed a shooting. I'm sorry about that, and I appreciate it. Okay, Christ have mercy. It is awful. And I appreciate what Tim said actually about Finland, because I do think it illustrates some of the frankly weird differences between our own country's gun violence problem and Finland. Okay, first of all, we have way higher rates of mental health abuse, or mental health substance abuse. We have way higher rates of depression, way higher rates of anxiety. We unfortunately have a mental health crisis in this country that I really do think that we need to get to the root causes of, because I don't think it's the whole reason why we have such a bad gun violence problem, but I do think it's a big piece of it. Another driver of the gun violence epidemic, especially that affecting our kids, it doesn't earn as many headlines, but is the terrible gun violence problem in a lot of our big cities. And this is why we have to empower law enforcement to arrest the bad guys, put them away, and
I got chicken wings and yellow rice.
I think there's a whole host of things that we can do here.
Ooh, that yellow rice good. Okay. Somebody said something ignorant?
Senator, thank you. Governor, you previously opposed an assault weapons ban, but only later in your political career did you change your position. Why?
Yeah, I sat in that office with those San Diego parents. I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look, the NRA.
You'll take in 3 asylum.
I'm of an age where my shotgun was in my car, so I could.
I hope you like your high bills.
We live today. And
What high
some
bills?
things I want to mention on this is talking about cities and where it's at. The number one.
They each have on their little American flag.
Deaths happen in Minnesota.
He has on his red tie. He has on his blue tie.
Children getting
It's
guns
so
and shooting themselves.
staged.
And so we have.
I'm wearing all black.
All of the issues. Making sure folks have health care and all that, but I want to be very careful. This idea of stigmatizing
Why
mental
are
health,
you voting
just
for
because you have
Kamala?
mental health
Because
doesn't mean you're violent. And I think
I
what we
believe
end
in
up
women's
doing is
rights.
looking for a scapegoat.
I believe
Sometimes
that a
it's
woman
just
should have a right
it's just the
to make a
guts.
decision
And I
about her
think
body.
about it. But I do think
Okay?
that this is one, and I think
Yes,
it's
I
a
do.
healthy conversation. I think there's a capacity
I
for
also
conversation
believe
on this work.
that Kamala has done an excellent job with the border.
Thank you, Margaret.
She had a wonderful plan, but Trump killed it. And I don't think we need to turn people away that come to the border. This is America. You brought all of us over here. Why not let everybody else in?
To the high housing prices. Governor Walz, the Harris campaign promises a $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers and a
Yeah.
$10,000.
He not voting for Trump or she. I don't know if it's a he or a she. It's a ghost. They can't vote.
Where are you building these homes, and won't handing out that kind of money just drive up prices higher?
Kamala is going to give that credit. She's going to give even more money. She's going to help the middle class. She's not all for the big business. Okay, people?
It can be bought up, it can be shifted, it can be moved around. Those are not folks living in those houses. Those of you listening tonight.
Hello, Jonathan. Good evening, love. Good evening to you.
My mom still lives in the house where I was.
We're having a debate watch party.
I'm thinking of Christmas services after midnight mass where you go with your family. We need to make it more affordable. And one of the things, as I said,
And Kamala loves Obamacare. You people may not know it or believe it. Obamacare is the best thing that could have happened to America. Period. And people really do love it, but they don't want to say it. Republicans love it more than Democrats, but they're afraid to say it.
Local folks make it easier to build those homes. And then that down payment assistance. I can tell all of you out there, one of the, certainly for me.
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Is one thing.
Now, who gonna check me, boo? Yes, it is.
The thing about a veteran's home loan is
Yes, you do.
down payment.
Yes, you do. And you all use it more than the Democrats use it. John McCain said no. Do you know that John McCain single-handedly saved Obamacare? And he was a Republican. So the Republicans love Obamacare more than the Democrats. Boo.
Because we put some of these things in, and we're implementing.
Oh, it's not horrible. I bet you use it.
Down payment assistance.
I bet you like those phones. You probably own an Obamacare phone. That's why you can't show your face. That's why you can't cam up like me, a Democrat. Democrats always cam up. We're not afraid.
End up saving our money, and that's the thing that I think we should be able to.
I'm sorry, why are you getting your info? Where are you getting your info from?
Immigrants for the only reason. That's not.
I do like the Republicans. I make it up as I go. It works, right?
We don't have enough naturally affordable housing, but we can make sure that the government's there to help kickstart it.
And affordable housing, just like he said. Trump didn't want to let African Americans rent from him. How could you vote for a man who didn't want African Americans like me living in his building?
And cut back on immigration, which you say pushes up prices.
You have an iPhone 14? I don't believe you. Show me the receipts.
Any of this plan will provide immediate relief. You have 2 minutes.
Well, first of all, Tim just said something that I agree with. We don't want to blame.
Oh, it's not a lie.
Housing prices, but we do want to blame
It's not a lie.
Congress for letting in
Donald Trump did not want African black folk to stay in his little building.
25 million illegal aliens.
Even his own blood said so. And when blood go against you, it's a hard thing. It's a hard pill to swallow.
And home prices
That means they're not really your blood, right?
massive increases in illegal alien population.
Look, I'm a work in progress over here. Sometime I slip.
Some of those ideas I actually think are halfway.
Bullshiggity.
I disagree with, but the most important thing here is Kamala Harris is not running.
I
as
wouldn't
a
want you to
newcomer to
stay
politics.
there
She's
if you
the
couldn't
sitting
pay your
vice
bill.
president. If she
See,
wants
that's
to
why you voted for
change
Trump,
policies
because
to
you
make
have
it
preconceived notions about people.
the office of the American
You're not an objective person. You're subjective. Your emotions and thoughts are built on your personality and how you feel, not about the big picture. So you would not be a good person to interview someone for a job because you wouldn't be objective. You'd be subjective. If you didn't like the outfit, if I wore all black and you think I don't like all black, you need to put some color on, you wouldn't pick me for the job. You're an ass. In a nice way.
If we open up American energy, you will get immediate pricing release.
You make us look bad. Don't be prejudiced. That's the reason you're giving her fuel.
Senator Vance, you still have.
What have Democrats done for African Americans in the last 50 years? What have Republicans done?
I'll get to you in a moment, but Senator, where are you going to seize the federal lands? Can you clarify?
Well, what Donald Trump has said is we have
He's gonna seize some land. He's just gonna go take folk property.
National park, they're not being used, and they could be places where we build a lot of housing. And I do think that we should be opening up building in this country. We have a lot of land.
You know what?
that we use. We have a lot of Americans that.
Thank you, Hassan, for subscribing. To the Republicans in the chat, what is a black job? I have a job. What is a black job? Because he said folks was coming over here taking the black jobs. Can you tell me what a black job is?
Again, you have the facts. I guess we agreed not to fact check. I'll check it. Look,
Fact check him in real time, boo.
But it's again blaming and not trying to find a solution. I was going to ask on the question, are we going
Am I married? Yes, I am. I eloped last weekend.
And I think when people hear federal lands, there's a really important piece
I
of
sure
land.
did.
Now, Minnesota doesn't have a lot of federal lands. I know in the western part of the country we do.
I had to wait for him to get a divorce. Now we're married.
In and around Minneapolis, for example. So the issue is I don't understand the federal lands issue.
My hair is looking long, kizzy girl. You right. Oh, they can't talk about me no more, boo boo kitty.
Protect these things. We've got about 20% of the world's fresh water. These lands protect. They're there for a reason. They belong to all of us.
I want to know what a black job is. Trump said that they're gonna the people coming over the border is gonna take all the black jobs.
Sell it to people for that. I think there's better
Because on my job,
We've seen it in Minnesota.
we have a multicultural, multiracial culture of people doing the jobs. We have doctors from India and all Pakistan. They're from everywhere. Africa.
Governor, your time is.
Look, I'm sure you're a great person and you have great intentions, but your views are very wrong. No. My views
Housing costs.
are right.
What do you have?
My reality is my reality.
Are part of this problem.
Well, there's a Federal Reserve study that we're happy to share after the debate. We'll put it up on social media, actually.
I mean, what's wrong with me saying that someone that says black job? I didn't say, what is a black job? Nobody wants to answer my question. What is a black job? Donald Trump said there are such things as black jobs. Donald Trump said that it's okay to grab women by the kahunas and nothing should happen to men. Donald Trump believes in sending and starting an insurrection on the Capitol if he loses. So I'm going to say this. If you're okay with an insurrection and innocent people that work for the government and, losing their lives, then Trump's your guy. Trump's your guy.
But the thing that has most turned housing into a commodity is giving it away to millions upon millions of people who have no legal right to be here.
What are the federal regulations? I deal with this as a governor.
You can very quickly reply.
I'm sorry. I get this as a governor, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. That in some cases, many of those are local, many of them are state. I don't know which ones are federal, but I think whenever we talk regulations, people think they can get rid of them. I think you want to be able to get out of your house in a fire. I think you want to make sure that it's fireproof and those types of things. So which are the regulations? Because
if you believe in losing an election fair and square, you didn't get the most electoral votes.
You're passionate about the housing crisis.
But you say, oh, dang, I don't want to leave the White House. Go up there and start an insurrection. Go kidnap Nancy Pelosi. Go kidnap Mike Pence. Go make them run for their lives. Go make everyone at the state capitol run for their lives. Run down in wherever they went and hide. If you believe that an insurrection against the United States was okay and for the president to incite it, then Trump's your guy. Trump's your guy.
Pre-existing conditions. In fact, a lot of my family members have gotten health care. I believe, members of my family actually got private health insurance, at least for the first time, switched off of Medicaid onto private insurance for the first time under Donald Trump's leadership. And I think that, a lot of people have criticized this concepts of a plan remark. It's very simple common sense. I think as Tim Walz knows from 12 years in Congress, you're not going to propose a 900-page bill standing on a...
Hey there, Tony Boy Wade. Hey, no, listen. Happy early birthday.
Because part of this is the give and take of bipartisan negotiation. Now, when Donald Trump was actually...
Trump told them, I want y'all to march down there. And he took his tip. And then when they asked him to call for help, he wouldn't do it. And if you think it's okay for a president to call down to Georgia and say, hey, I need another about 100 and some odd votes to win, or whatever, 11,000, whatever, can you go steal me some more votes so I can win your state? If you're okay with that type of cheating, Trump's your guy. You're a cheater. You don't want to follow the rules. If you believe in cheating in an election, starting an insurrection, calling the Georgia election officials, telling them to steal votes, then Trump's your guy. I can't argue with the person that wants to start an insurrection and steal votes. I can't argue with you. I can't. See, I didn't forget. I saw those people jump over those fences and run into the Capitol and shit all over the floors and try and hunt Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence down, hollering, hang Mike Pence, hang Nancy Pelosi. I remember. I don't forget. I don't have selective memory. I won't ever forget anything or anybody that ever crossed me, ever. Let's say we're on the YouTube streets and you made up a reason to come for me. I'll never forget it.
Earned it because he did it successfully the first time.
Governor?
All right, here's where being an old guy gives you some history. I was there at the creation of the ACA. And the reason it was so important is...
American Affordable Care Act.
Home of the Mayo Clinic, home to Medical Alley, 3M, Medtronic, all of those. We understand healthcare. It's why we're ranked first on affordability.
Healthcare, baby. Everyone needs healthcare. I know some of y'all need prescriptions. You probably got high blood pressure. You may need some you need some medication. You need it. You need good health care with low deductibles and no pre-existing conditions.
On day one, he tried to sign an executive order to repeal the ACA. He signed on to a lawsuit to repeal the ACA.
I can do more than a backflip. I can do a backwind somersault triple XD.
Had it not been for the courage of John McCain to save that bill. Now, fast forward, what that means to you is you lose your pre-existing conditions. If you're sitting at home and you got asthma, too bad. If you're a woman, probably not.
Trump reminds me of Richard Nixon, always doing some slick stuff. Yes. Trump gate.
Drug prices for the first time with Medicare. We have 10 drugs.
Kamala Harris, first of all, you got to spell her name right. Kamala Harris reminds me of Hillary Clinton with no brains. You remind me of somebody who don't know what you're talking about because her name starts with a K, boo.
What Senator Vance just explained might be worse than a concept, because what he explained is pre-Obamacare. And I'll make this as simple as possible because I have done this for a long time.
Tell them.
What they're saying is, if you're healthy, why should you be paying more? So what they're going to do is let insurance companies pick who they insure, because guess what happens? You pay a premium, it's not much. They figure they're not going to have to pay out to you. But those of you a little older, gray, got cancer, you're going to get kicked out of it. That's why the system didn't work. Kamala Harris will protect and enhance the ACA.
We need the ACA Affordable Care Act, a.k.a. Obamacare. It will be enhanced. A Republican saved Obamacare. A Republican could have killed it. A Republican, John McCain, may he rest in peace. No. He said no. So all of you Republicans, why are you mad? The Republicans saved Obamacare. You really do love it.
A lot of young and healthy people were leaving these changes. Donald Trump actually helped address that problem, and he did so in a way that preserved people's access who had pre-existing conditions. But again, something that these guys do is they make a lot of claims about if Donald Trump becomes president, all of these terrible consequences are going to ensue. But in reality, Donald Trump was president, inflation was low, take-home pay was higher, and he saved the very program from a Democratic administration that was collapsing and would have collapsed absent his leadership. He did his job, which is govern in a bipartisan way and get results, not just complain about problems, but actually solve them.
Governor, did enrollment under the Affordable Care Act go up under the Trump administration?
It's higher now. You see it go up. Look, people are using it. The system works. And the question about this with young people or whatever, that's the individual mandate piece of this. And Republicans fought tooth and nail saying, well, Americans should be free to do this. Well, then
So
what
you
happens
think the
is
individual mandate's a good idea?
you should, I think the idea of making sure...
Y'all like my Dallas Cowboy candle?
That's the only way insurance works. When it does elapse,
How about them Cowboys? I'm as American as apple pie. I'm with America's team. Somebody asked me what American. What they say? Watergate 2 with Trump. Yes. She doesn't care about you. She lies and panders. They're desperate lizards. Noah Trump tells the truth.
So look, the ACA works. We can continue to do better. Kamala Harris did that. Everything better.
I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. We are,
Thank you, Margaret.
well, keep living. You'll be defeated real soon.
Margaret, let's talk about families.
How about them Cowboys? Isn't it pretty?
There is a child care crisis in this country, and the United
Thumbnail.
States is one of the very few developed countries in the world without a national paid leave program.
Okay, let's see what they're going to talk about.
Governor Walls,
Oh, honey.
you said that if Democrats win both the White House and Congress, this is a day one priority for you.
Come on, Walsh.
How long should employers be required to pay workers while they are home taking care of their newborns? You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's negotiable, and that's what Congress worked. But here's what the deal is. Americans sitting out there right now, you may work for a big company. We're home in Minnesota to some of the largest Fortune
Thanks to Obama. No, that was Bill Clinton. I was about FMLA, Bill Clinton. My bad.
One is, I think they're moral and they think it's a good thing, but it also keeps their
Dallas
we in Minnesota have
and
to
the
pay
Steelers
for
is gonna
you
be
have
a.
child,
Oh yeah,
and I had to go back
baby.
5 days after my kids were born.
I know this is about the.
Stay home.
Look. Let me digress for a minute. Now the Cowboys, we going to Steeltown. We going there. We going to Pittsburgh. Let me tell you something about America's team. We ain't never scared. My homegirl husband is a Steelers fan. He had her almost thinking she was ready to denounce the Cowboys and go with the Steelers. I said, girl, we ain't played but 2 or 3 games. I'm going to bet him $50 that Dallas, I will bet him 100 because Dallas going to go in there and whoop their butts. I like, what? Oh, you're worried about his taxes? What a dumb thing to be worried about. Nope. I live in Denton. My girlfriend is a diehard Steeler fan. Well, maybe you ever considered finding another woman? No, I'm just kidding.
You can't expect the most important people in our lives to take care of our children.
I couldn't marry a Republican. I couldn't marry a man that hated my Dallas Cowboys. I couldn't do it.
Into that business and then to make sure
I just couldn't do it. I could not marry a Republican.
And I'm still telling you this. We were listed as the best state where
I'd slap him every time he went to sleep and be like, oh, how did you get that bruise? What happened to you?
Enhance our families and make it easier to have the children that you want.
Every time he went to be like, F you and Trump. Don't tell her I support the Cowboys. Oh, I'm going to tell it. Oh, I don't know you, so I can't, right?
Yeah, well, first of all, Margaret, a number of my Republican
Double tap the
colleagues
screen.
Democrats too have worked on this issue. I think there is a bipartisan solution here.
Take a shower and all of. Oh my goodness, you are.
I speak from this very personally because I'm married to a beautiful woman who's an incredible mother to
You
our
just
three
subscribed. Well,
kids.
thank you.
Very, very brilliant.
I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers over here.
Working mom, even for somebody with all of the advantages of my
Y'all
marriage,
come on
it's
through.
extraordinarily difficult. And it's not just difficult.
Go tell a friend to tell a friend. I know it's not all that, craziness over here. We ain't.
Cultural pressure on
Anyway.
families, and especially young women. I think makes it really hard for people to choose the family model they want.
Yes,
A lot
thank
of
you,
young women would
Tedrick.
like to go back to work immediately. Some would like to spend a little time home with the kids. Some would like to spend longer at home with the kids. We should have a family.
Why
care
do you
model
think
that
all
makes
huge corporations have the same political
substantive difference between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris's approach. I mean, look, if you look
same
at the
political
that we have
leanings and beliefs.
right now,
It's all about the money for them.
there's another
It's all about the
program
money.
that spends a lot of money from the federal government. These programs only go to one
But
child care model. Let's say you'd like your church maybe to help you out with child
I think the Democrats have had the best interests for lower class and middle class people, you know, overall. But I'm not no left is a left wing or radicalist or nothing like that. I'm more of in the middle on certain things.
People who feel like they don't have options, like they're choosing.
I mean, I'm not no radical. No, I'm not a radical.
To put on American families, we're the only country that does it. I think we can do it.
I'm not a radical.
Senator, thank you. You have also said, Senator Vance, many things about the American family. The Federal Reserve says parents will spend nearly as much on child care as they do on housing each month. So I want to get
It's all
your thoughts
corrupt.
on this.
Exactly. You're waking
President
up.
Trump recently said, as much as child care is talked about as being expensive,
I disagree. The Dems do
speaking,
nothing.
not
Okay.
very expensive.
We have someone who comes in here with the blue wrench that says they do nothing. She's blue. She doesn't like the blue.
Child tax credit that you have
And you,
described.
Kenyatta, you know I love you, so hey. But I disagree with you. Let me check on my wings.
By penalizing companies for shipping jobs overseas and penalizing countries who employ slave laborers and then ship their products back into our country and undercut the wages of American workers. It's the heart of the Donald Trump economic plan. Cut taxes for American workers and American families. Cut taxes for businesses that are hiring and building companies in the United States of America, but penalize companies and countries that are shipping jobs overseas. That's the heart of the economic proposal. And I think what President Trump is saying is that when we bring in this additional revenue with higher economic growth, we're going to be able to provide paid family leave, child care options that are viable and workable for a lot of American families.
Can you clarify how that will solve the child care shortage?
Well, because as Tim said, a lot of the child care shortages, we just don't have enough resources going into the multiple people who could be providing family care options. And we're going to have to, unfortunately, we're going to have to spend more money. We're going to have to induce more people to want to provide child care options for American families, because the reason it's so expensive right now is because you've got way too few people providing this very essential service.
Thank you, Senator. Governor Walz, your ticket also has some child care tax credit proposals.
And
do you think
the child tax care credits are wonderful.
$6,000 credit for newborns and $3,000 credit
We
for
all
children over
gotta
the age of 6 as
come
your campaign
together
has
as
announced?
Americans and
Is
push
that
against the
realistic?
corrupt government.
Well, if
That's
these
why
numbers
they
are
lie
not
about
listening to
him.
anybody, I can tell
And
you
rich
that
people pay a lot of
this is the
taxes.
biggest issue. Everybody listening to
They have write-offs. They don't pay any taxes.
It's not that expensive. And let's be
I
clear.
saw the Eddie Murphy movie. They don't pay taxes for real.
4 months. Let's be clear of where we're at on this. It's because we got out of an imbalance on this. We thought we were going to get by not paying people. I don't
Are you
think
rich,
Senator
Kenya?
and I are that far apart.
Hit that
I don't know
cash
what
out.
he's talking about on
Kenyatta.
We've done scholarship types of things. I think we need to be open to make the case. But the
Oh
issue
my
is,
goodness, y'all
the
something
question
else.
I ask is, you're not going to pay for it with these tariffs. That's just adding another $4,000.
All right,
It's
y'all.
even less. So not only do they not get the money to pay for that, they're $4,000 in the hole. That's Wharton School. That's his alma mater. And so I think the issue here is
Wharton
those
School.
members of Congress, I can't
And
believe
Trump
when I go to business,
took a lot of
sure, they'll talk about
people
taxes.
money by creating a fake university or whatever he did.
We know the problem is, especially in the
I know
state
rich people when they
we need more
do.
workers because our economy's growing.
Okay, Kenyatta.
Governor, thank you. We need to move on. Nora?
I don't think they pay
Talk about the
enough.
state of democracy.
Well, they're rich. They can afford it. The poor people don't have the money. Why should they have to pay all the taxes when they don't have the money? Let the rich people pay the taxes.
Lawsuits contesting
Oh, and she sent me a cash app.
by President Trump and other Republican presidents.
Thank you.
And said there was no widespread fraud.
Baby,
Governors of
thank you for that cash app. Trump's starting to look a little bit better. No, I'm just kidding.
certified the 2020 election results and sent a legal
Thank you for the cash app.
to Congress for
want to know where all of your money goes and why everything is expensive. Military spending the only program government that doesn't get cut. Well, I love you all, Trump, but Trump 2024. Noah, Noah, and my grandson's name is Noah. For you to have such a name and to be so lost,
Well, Laura, first of all,
I'm worried about you and your future.
We need to figure out how to solve the inflation crisis caused by Kamala Harris's policies, make housing affordable.
We are from,
and that's what we're focused
where
on.
are you from, my sister? I'm originally from Texas. Okay, make the rich people pay tax so they can cut jobs and send them overseas. Oh my goodness. Kenyatta. Look now, they don't have to send the jobs overseas. It was the Republicans that wanted the Detroit, the car manufacturing world, as you might want to say, to lose everything. It was the Democrats that saved the car business in America. It was the Democrats. It was Obama, if I recall correctly. If memory serves me right.
It's the threat of censorship. It's Americans casting aside lifelong friendships because of disagreements over politics. It's big technology companies silencing their fellow citizens. And it's Kamala Harris saying that rather than debate and persuade her fellow Americans, she'd like to censor people who engage in misinformation. I think that is a much bigger threat to democracy than anything that we've seen in this country.
I disagree.
In the last 4 years, in the last 40 years. Now, I'm really proud, especially given that I was raised by two lifelong blue-collar Democrats, to have the endorsement of...
Well, what happened to you, son?
Lifelong leaders in the Democratic coalition. Of course, they don't agree with me and Donald Trump on every issue. We don't have to agree on every issue. But we're united behind a basic American First Amendment principle that we ought to debate our differences. We ought to argue about them. We ought to try to persuade our fellow Americans.
They're going to say the younger guy won it just because he has a head full of hair and he's a little younger. But the older guy with the bald spot and the gray hair has wisdom and he knows what he's talking about.
Then what Donald Trump said.
Looks can be deceiving.
Should peacefully protest on January the 6th.
Governor?
I worked in auto for 26 years. Ford did not take the bailout money.
I'm sympathetic to Miss Speaker.
Why didn't they take it? Just crazy.
With the senator, but
Me too, man.
There's one though that this one is troubling to me, and I say that because I think we need to tell the story.
Come through with it.
Trump refused to acknowledge this, and the fact is that I don't think we can be the frog in the pot and let the boiling water go up. He was very clear. I mean, he lost this election, and he said he did. 140 police officers were beaten at the Capitol.
Talk to me.
The American flag. Several later died, and it wasn't just in there. In Minnesota, a group gathered on the state capitol grounds in St. Paul and said, "We're marching to the governor's residence, and there may be casualties." The only person there was my son and his dog, who was rushed out crying by state police. That issue, and Mike Pence standing there as they were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." Mike Pence made the right decision. So, Senator, it was adjudicated over and over and over.
I told y'all.
I worked with kids long enough to know, and I said as a football coach.
How could anyone be a Republican
But the democracy is bigger than winning.
when it comes? What?
You shake
For
hands,
how could you be a Trump Republican? He wanted to let Mike Pence hang.
Now, the thing I'm most
107 officers lost their lives because of the insurrection, because Donald Trump said he didn't lose. Do you all believe Donald Trump actually
I'm
lost?
not accepting this. And a president's words matter. A president's words matter. People hear that. So I think this issue of settling our differences at the ballot box, shaking hands when we lose, being honest about it, but to deny...
And the Republicans are trying to take away our voting rights.
Time in American history.
People died for me to be able to vote. They were sprayed with hoses and dogs were sick on them. They did sit-ins and people, and the Republicans want to take away our voting rights. They have started to break it down and tear it apart. The Voting Rights Act. Do y'all know what it is? The Voting Rights Act.
Senator Vance, did you want to respond to that?
Yeah, well, look, Tim.
Let's see what he say.
It's really rich for Democratic leaders to say that Donald Trump is a unique threat to democracy when he peacefully gave over power on January the 20th.
What did he do before that, man?
In this country. We're going to shake hands after this debate and after this election. And of course, I hope that we'll win, and I think we're going to win. But if Tim Walz is the next vice president, he'll have my prayers, he'll have my best wishes, and he'll have my help whenever he wants it. But we have to remember that for years...
But Trump doesn't agree with that. Trump says if he wins again, don't worry, you won't have to vote anymore because he doesn't plan on leaving with his
The Russians bought like $500,000 worth of Facebook ads. This has been going
PP
on.
that. What's the lie, Kenyatta?
Let's say that we need to respect
You have white
the
supremacy
election.
talking
I'm
you.
on board.
Why
But
can't
the one
people
saying
see
that
this
someone
about?
else is saying that
What's
this
the
is
lie,
just a
Kenyatta? Tell me what's the lie.
I don't buy that.
Tell me what's the lie.
Governor.
January 6th was not Facebook ads. And I think a revisionist history on this. Look, I
Trump said he didn't lose. He just recently admitted to losing. Trump said he didn't lose when he did lose. He sent those people up there to the state capitol on January the 6th. What's the lie?
It's not censorship. Censorship is book banning. We've seen that. We've seen that brought up. I just think for everyone tonight, and I'm going to thank Senator Vance. I think this is the conversation they want to hear.
Look, I don't care who you are. If you commit a crime, you got to do the crime. And no, she didn't just throw no black men away. White men, black men, whatever, all color. If you do a crime, you got to do the time. And honey, in this country, if you got an ounce, she black. Trust me, she black. You can bank on it. Hammer down. She black.
COVID situation.
Democrats have been using that since 2008.
It's a damning non-answer for you to
They
not
use-
talk about censorship.
They
Obviously,
use
Donald
y'all,
Trump
and they would not only help other countries, they do not help the
We've talked
homeless.
about it. I'm happy
But
to
no.
talk about it further.
Did Kenyatta, did Trump say he did not lose? Did Trump sit there and say he didn't lose? Didn't Trump call down to Georgia and say, give me 11,000 votes? Didn't Trump send them folks to the state capitol? Didn't Mike Pence leave running with his tail behind his tail, trying to keep from getting hung? I'm just asking for a friend, Kenyatta, and you know I love you.
Aid one another. Let's argue about ideas, and then let's come together afterwards.
You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. That's the test. That's the Supreme Court test.
Tim, fire in a crowded theater. You guys wanted to kick people off of Facebook for saying that toddlers shouldn't
Senator,
wear
the governor
masks.
does
That's
have
not
the floor.
Fire in a crowded theater. That is criticizing the policies of the government, which is the right of every American.
Senator, the governor does have the floor for 1 minute to
Please.
respond to you.
Yeah. Well, I don't run Facebook. What I do know is I see a candidate out there who refused, and now again, and this I'm pretty shocked by this. He lost the election. This is not a debate. It's not. It's not anything.
He lost.
Other than
He left you.
Donald
We
Trump.
left you. America left you.
Pence
Shit.
made that decision to certify that election. That's why Mike Pence isn't on this stage. What I'm concerned about is where is the fight?
See, Mike Pence, the vice president, has to certify the election. Donald Trump didn't want him to do it. He didn't want him to do his job. He wanted him to try and steal the election, people, and y'all know it. You know it. You know Donald Trump wanted to steal the election. He said he didn't lose. Quit acting like that.
She wouldn't pick me if she didn't think I would do that. Because of course that's what we would do. So America, I think you've got a really clear choice on this election of who's going to honor that democracy and who's going to honor Donald Trump.
Governor, your time is up. Thank you, gentlemen. We will be right back with both of our candidates. The CBS News Vice President.
Okay, let me see what you're saying. The lie the Democrats tell since 2008, she's not no black woman. She's an Indian lady. This is embarrassing for black people. He not gonna lose this time. If she was black, she wouldn't have said she wasn't gonna do nothing for black people. Yes, King, she said that loud and clear. He's not gonna lose this time. The writing is on the wall. There's a lot of black women voting for Kamala because they think she is black. But what do you think she is? Because she married a white man. There's a lot of women from Africa marrying white men, Chinese men. It's what people do. People have a right to love who they want. Why are you saying she's not a black woman? She clearly looks black to me. She surely doesn't look white. I work with Indian doctors and nurses. She doesn't look like an Indian from Pakistan or somewhere, or India. No. She looks like a high yellow black woman. Okay? whose mama and the master went in there. Don't get me started, please. She look like a black woman, boo. She does. Embarrassing that we not Africans anyway. Well, we black. We black. We just black. Shit. She look exactly like Indian people. There's dark Indian people. There's light Indian people. Asian, Indian, and Irish. I don't care what she is. Kenyatta, no. Kenyatta, you don't like her for real. You really think Trump, Kenyatta, why do you think Trump would be a better president than Kamala? Why do you think Trump, who didn't want to give up the White House peacefully, who started an insurrection, who said he didn't lose after all the votes were counted, and he tried to steal votes in Georgia, why do you think he would be a better president? You all tell me why Trump would be a better president. Quit asking me to justify Kamala. Let me hear you justify a criminalistic man who didn't want to rent to black people. Talk to me. Come on, somebody. I'm waiting. By blood, we are the Hebrews. Okay, I know all of that. But why is Trump going to be a better president? Rest in peace, Dikembe. That's right. My brother talked about him earlier. Why would Trump, tell me why Trump would be a better president? Give me the reasons, and give me the reasons why Trump's going to be a better president. After trying to steal an election, after not wanting to leave the White House peacefully, after trying to steal 11,000 votes in Georgia, after saying it's okay to grab a woman by the kahunas and nothing should happen. Tell me why Trump would be a better president. I don't think he will. It's the pockets, the middle class with no, Kenyatta. No. No. I need to hear why he's a better president. Well, tell me why Kamala would not be better. Tell me why Kamala is so horrible. I don't want to hear because you think she's Indian, y'all. Tell me why Kamala. Can't nobody tell me why Trump's going to be a better president? He wouldn't even look at the woman. He's a racist. I said it. Who's going to check me, boo? Look at us. What's going on right now? Wake up. Tell me. No. That ain't going to get it. That's propaganda. They're just words. Just words. I need to hear why Donald Trump would be the best man for the job. He didn't even want to let the conversations between him and Putin be recorded. Come on, y'all. What's wrong with y'all? It's back.
Vance won the virtual coin toss and elected to go last. So, Governor Walz, you are first. You have 2 minutes.
Well, thank you, Senator Vance. Thank you to CBS News. And most importantly, thank you to all of you. If you're still up and the folks who miss Dancing with Our Stars, I appreciate it. But look, the support of the democracy matters. It matters that you're here. And
I've been running political campaigns for 20 years. I worked in D.C. Okay, Kenyatta, but why will Trump be the better president? I know you good at what you do. And I thank you for my cash up, and I love you. I do. Virtually, because I don't really know you. I never met you. But why is Trump a better president? Why would he make a better president?
Is the sense of optimism that there can be.
Why would a man who didn't want to leave office after he lost and started an insurrection, make no mistake about it, he started it. And he has said he will free everyone that has been put in prison for doing what they did. And they killed people. They killed officers that day. They killed people in Washington on January the 6th. He says they should be let free. Just let them go. They should have never been arrested. Why would Trump be the better man for the job? I'm just asking y'all a simple question, but nobody want to answer me.
Excuse me. Kamala Harris gives us a different option. Now, I'll have to tell you, I'm going to be careful about the quotes, but there's one that Senator Vance said that does resonate with me. He said, Donald Trump makes the people I care about afraid. A lot of America feels that way. We don't need to be afraid. Franklin Roosevelt was right. All we have to fear is fear itself. Kamala Harris is bringing us a new way forward. She's bringing us a politics of joy. She's bringing real solutions for the middle class, and she's centering you at the heart of that. All the while asking everyone, join this movement, make your voices heard. Let's look for a new day where everybody gets that opportunity and everybody gets a chance to thrive. I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th for Kamala Harris.
Governor Walz, thank you. Senator Vance, your closing statement.
Oh, here come this BS.
You folks at CBS, and of course the American people for tuning in this evening. And one of the issues we didn't talk about was energy. And I remember when I was being raised by my grandmother, when she didn't have enough money to turn on the heat some nights because Ohio gets pretty cold at night and because money was often very tight. And I believe, as a person who wants to be your next vice president, that we are a rich and prosperous enough country where every American, whether they're rich or poor, ought to be able to turn on their heat in the middle of a cold winter night. That's gotten more difficult thanks to Kamala Harris's energy policies. I believe that whether you're rich or poor, you ought to be able to afford a nice meal for your family. That's gotten harder because of Kamala Harris's policies.
I'm eating chicken and yellow rice tonight. I eat good. I'm not hungry.
Safe neighborhoods. You ought to not have your communities flooded with fentanyl, and that too has gotten harder with because of Kamala Harris's policies. Now, I've been in politics long enough to do what Kamala Harris does when she stands before the American people and says that on day one, she's going to work on all these challenges I just listed. She's been the vice president for 3.5 years. Day one was 1,400 days ago, and her policies.
She's not the president. Joe Biden is the president.
I believe that we have the most beautiful country in the world. I meet people on the campaign trail who can't afford food, but have the grace and generosity to ask me how I'm doing and to tell me they're praying for my family.
America can feed every single person in America and other countries as well. Period. And y'all know it.
Be able to achieve.
You have people that don't even work. They just sit on YouTube and lie and fuss all day and make more money. Come on, people. This is America.
Dream if we do the same thing that we've been doing for the last 3.5 years. We need change. We need a new direction.
Hey, Lions Pride, Sunflowers, Patrick.
Before and did it well.
I got to go back and read y'all comments.
And whether you vote for me or vote for Tim Walz, I just want to say I'm so proud to be doing this, and I'm rooting for you. God bless you, and good night.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you.
Oh, please. Okay. Trump is not racist. He's classist. He does not hate black people. You would be surprised how many black people he helped. You have a right to your opinion. I totally disagree. Well, okay, Kenyatta, can you tell me what a black job is? Donald Trump said that they were coming to take all of the black jobs, the immigrants. What is do you have a black job or African job or Mexican? I want to know what a black job is. You're arguing for one who does not even care about you nor your race and community. Wake up. Hey, PP Moss and Chet Hey Lions Pride. That's why she doesn't talk live and just laughs at her people. As soon as the election is over, Kamala is going to go back to helping illegals and giving more EBT money. That's it. Thank you, black people, for your vote. Bye-bye. Well, some people need that EBT money. It helps them to eat. Not just black. I mean, people have to eat. Why we don't want to feed people? What's wrong with giving people money to eat? What's wrong with helping people? That would be like people telling you, don't you ever cash app nobody on YouTube again. I don't want nobody to tell you that. I like getting a cash app every now and again. What's wrong with people getting EBT assistance? Some people need it. This is America. This is what this is what we do. Just because you are not... we have so many topics, haven't seen nor heard anything yet. What a great grandpa he is. This is America, and we all think differently, which is why we're American. I want to know what a black job is. Do you want people in the hood? He is speaking of Democrat cities. Well, what is a black job? I still want to know what a black job is, and then I'm finna get ready to go. But what is a black job? And nobody told me why Trump would make the better president, and nobody's gonna tell me what a black. Trump said they're stealing the black jobs, and I want to know who's running around killing dogs and cats and eating up dogs and cats. Trump is crazy. Trump is weird. Who wants a president that says people are going around killing up dogs and cats and eating them? Who wants a president that says people are stealing all the black jobs? Who wants a president that thinks that only black people are limited to certain jobs? He doesn't think a black person should be president. He didn't think, do you all think that he said Obama should never have been president because he wasn't born in America? Do you all believe that? I'm asking for a friend. Good night. Republicans try to talk us like we stupid. We should help veterans, elderly, and homeless, not people. I agree with that. But what is a black job, Kenyatta? What did he mean when he said, do you think he misspoke? What is a black job? Black people is not limited to black job. Well, what is a black job? I want to know what a black job is. They might pay more money. What's a black job? Enlighten me. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. It's been fun. I love y'all. Thank you, Kenyatta, for my cash app. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting me. You've been a supporter for a long time. See, it's good to have these, but what you say? I don't want a president who laughs at school shootings. I'm a Democrat, Patrick. Okay, we need to help black people do better occupation. Look, black people have been carrying America for years, honey. Don't get me started. I'm not gonna get started. Anywho, y'all have a good night. Nobody could tell me what a black job is, and nobody could tell me why Trump would make the better president. Love y'all. Good night.